gotten to where I don't really baton too much anymore. I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. This is a smaller knife, so you don't really want to be beating on it too much. It is an 1/8 inch thick, so for the little size it is pretty tough, but if you need to make yourself a little kindling, that's alright if you're in a jam, but I wouldn't do too much more than that. And if you got a bead on your knife, nice and easy, little taps. Shaved my last 3 hairs off. Now what am I going to do? Really like this little knife. I like it enough to make it one of my backups. To my backups. When I'm out running around along the river or in the mountain. Be a good little addition for taking hunting. I'd say it's got a nice little belly there to be a mean skinning knife. Got about a 4-inch blade, about a 4-inch handle. I believe this knife is around 8 or 9 inches long. 1095 high carbon, brass pins. Steve Shaffer. Hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of that maker's mark on some blades. I'll go out on a limb and say that I'm just as happy with his blades as I am at Jeff White's. I mean, you would have thought Jeff White made this knife. He did an awesome job. Hopefully I can get my hands on some more Steve Shaffer blades. Let's do a little more with it. Maybe do a little more feather sticking. I'd say it does a fine job. Nice thin little curls. I really like this choil up here, being able to choke up and get up nice and close. Man, this thing feels good in my hands. Really happy that I ended up wanting to try out a Steve Shaffer blade. Nice job on some curls. Just finished up this sheath. Did some crazy stitching up through there. Did a zigzag pattern down. Starts up here with 2 and I run down 3 stitching lines, all saddle stitched. The stitching alone took me a good at least 6 hours. All hand stitched, each hole individually punched. You can get this knife with a sheath. I just enjoy making my own. There's my mark. And if anybody ever has a knife they need a sheath made for, now, I'm not cheap, but I'm not the most expensive either. And you mail me your knife, I'd be happy to make you a sheath. I enjoy doing leather work. Still got to put myself a rivet up here. I forgot. Doesn't necessarily need one, but I'm going to throw one in right there. All saddle stitched. This sucker ain't coming apart. Welted. I like to do my own. Let's get the blade back out. Tracker 3. Good, really nice little backup knife. I mean, really, even if this was all you had, you'd definitely get by. $10.95. You bring an edge back on it fairly easy. It's carbon, high carbon steel. Got some kind of curly maple handles on there. Dyed a little darker color, it looks like. 1/8 inch thick blade stock. Feels really nice in the hand. It's a little bit smaller blade, but be a great companion knife to a larger fixed blade. Or a chopper. Some kind of bigger chopping blade. You'd be all set. Do whatever tasks you need, but this will be a champ at skinning some game, and I haven't decided if I'm ever going to put a video out of skinning anything. I don't know. I don't know if the YouTube world likes it too much. And I just finally hit 800 subscribers. I really appreciate y'all. Couldn't be here without you. Looks like I'm knocking on 1,000's door, which I think is pretty cool. Couldn't be here without y'all. Really, really appreciate it. I enjoy talking to you, especially the folks been around for a while. Old Frank, I enjoy talking to you, Frank. Trish, Frank, John Hurley. Just a few. Magico Castillo just commented on a video not too long ago. I hadn't heard from him in a while. And I know I'm forgetting a few of you. Oh, Mr. P. Of course you. Sam from Vietnam. I always enjoy your comments. There's some more, and I hope more of you decide to start talking on there. You're a great group of people, and not a bunch of trolls and BS. For the most part. But I'm not going to give you any stats on this blade because that's not me. You can go to Etsy to the Bazala Club, and he sells this knife on Etsy. And I'll give you all a discount code at the end. That way if you want to get 10% off, you can go over there and get her done. I'll put the name of the shop on here. Drew's a great dude. I've been in contact with him here and there. He didn't give me any of these knives that I buy from there. I've been buying from him for a good 4 or 5 years. Jeff White knives, and this is my first Steve Shaffer. And I couldn't tell you the difference between Steve's and Jeff's knives. Steve has got it down. And I hope to get more of his knives at some point. I'd assume he's still making them. I don't know for sure. One of Jeff White's apprentice. And I would highly recommend Steve Shaffer knives. Now that I've got one in my hand. The Tracker 3. I'll put you up, give you a little comparison of a couple Jeff White knives I brought out. Show you a size difference. Definitely a little bit less blade than the bush knife, which you can't go wrong with the Jeff White bush knife. This is the one in between the Bush HD and the Bush 1. Bush 1's the smallest, thinnest, and sliciest. I like this bush knife. It's the sweet spot. Love all them hammer marks on there. I think it's kind of hard to get a bush knife nowadays, but if you can get a hold of one, I'd highly recommend the bush knife. So there's that. Here's the first Jeff White knife I built. And it was a long Kephart, large Kephart. And I modified the edge here. Just turned it into something unlike anything else. One of a kind. But I don't know. It's got some desert ironwood scales on there. A lot larger, as you can see. I'm about to be building one for a gentleman that I talk to on YouTube occasionally. Chris, if you're out there watching, howdy dude. I'll probably make a video about that knife if you don't mind building it for you. But I don't know, I don't have a whole lot more to say except this is a fine little cutting tool here, and I love knives. Very cool knife. You can get it on Etsy at the Bazali. I can't ever say it right. But I'll put it up top on the screen up here. That way you know the name of the shop. I'll leave a link down in the comments. That way you can go check it out. Go get yourself a Steve Shaffer or Jeff White knife. No damage to the edge. Still sharp. Heat treated just right. Steve probably, I'd say he learned from one of the best. So you can't go wrong with that. Awesome blade. Hopefully I'll get some more in the future and be able to do some videos, let you know what I think about them. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. But I think I'm going to just kick it here by this fire with Bonzo for a little while and enjoy this beautiful fall evening. Thank you to all that has subscribed to me. You all are great, and hope to be making many, many more videos. So I appreciate you all watching. I'll catch you all on the next one. See ya. Dun 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 dun. See ya.